Hi guys, as you probably know by watching the title of this video, this is going to be a serious issue which I'll be discussing in this video. So first of all, there's like a disclaimer for the video. I don't want anybody to take my words out of context, and also these words are of my own opinion only, and I don't mean to offend or criticize anyone regarding this situation. And also, if you're easily triggered or easily offended, then I highly suggest that you skip this video and you can subscribe and watch other videos on my channel. But no, yeah, thanks. How's it going, everybody? My name is Gabriel Charles and you're watching my channel. This is Gabriel, and welcome back to another section of Let's Talk About. Well, guys, yeah, I've been in quarantine. It's been a long time since I uploaded a video, mainly because I'm enjoying quarantine and also because I have no net. But recently there have been some issues on social media. If you're active on social media, you know what I'll be talking about, and also because you're seeing the title of the video down, the boys locker room issue and the issues which followed that controversy. So what is the boys locker room, for many people who don't know, or you just want a brief summary of what happened? The boys locker room, spelled BOIS, is an Instagram group chat based in southern Delhi, which consisted of many boys. I don't know how many number of them particularly, but between the age gap of like 15 to 19, spoke about female girls, underage girls, girls from the batch, and women in particular in a very, very degrading manner. It came under scrutiny for allegedly like sharing photos of underage girls, talking about them in a degrading manner, insulting them, calling them sluts, and also making sexualized jokes about those girls, like how to gang rape them and all those sort of stuff. And these photos were leaked by a Twitter user whose name remains undisclosed. There's the screenshots. That user took screenshots of the boys locker room chat and posted them on Twitter, where it created a huge like outrage over this whole matter regarding a girl of how to gang rape that girl, like seriously. And as soon as the outrage started, or many women from Instagram, including and excluding those who were discussed about in the chat, they spoke out about this, and they reached out to lawyers and other people regarding taking proper authority, proper action against these people. And allegedly these women were also threatened by the boys of that locker room chat to leak nudes to them, blackmailing them in particularly. And by this time a lot of boys had already left that group chat and started another Instagram account called Boys Locker Room 2.0. As of currently now, both of those Instagram pages have been deactivated. And finally, recently, the cyber bullying department of the police arrested the admin of that Instagram that group chat, who was 18 years old, and subsequently even 5 more people arrested. I think 5 or 6 more. That's the whole summary of the boys locker room. So what am I trying to say here? The thing is, after the boys locker room situation, how women stood up to that fact is commendable, and I commend that fact, how they actually stood up against because if they hadn't like raised this much of outrage, I'm pretty sure that they would have gotten away with that. And it's not a small thing, because the boys who are in the group chat, they were aged 15 to 9, they were school kids, and that ticked a lot of people in a bad way, because as soon as girls stood up, many elders, like some people, they started defending these boys regarding that, saying that they're just kids. And that, in my opinion, is terrible. And in my opinion, all the guys are saying that these are just kids, have no idea about anything they're talking about, because they are kids, but they definitely knew the meaning of those words, because if they didn't know the meaning, why would they use them? And that is very bad in my opinion, because childhood is like the foundation, right? It's the foundation of our entire life, and if the foundation is messed up, so is the structure. And if you don't take action against these guys on the foundation itself, then it's going to be very difficult in the future. And believe it or not, these guys are, after they grow up, are going to do acts regarding sexual things. It's obvious because we are not living in a movie. We are not living in a illusion of some sort. We are living in reality, and you are what you see, what you speak, right? And if they are speaking about those stuff, then in the end they eventually become that stuff. Yeah, and that's the thing of boys locker room. But what happened after that has become more exponentially higher than the boys locker room incident itself. And some boys started counter arguing against the woman by saying that there's also a girls locker room, and it was proven to be true. There's also a girls locker room chat, and what happened in that girls locker room chat is simply body shaming both boys and girls. That's what the topics in that down was, and that's bad too. You get my point? That's bad too. You can't body shame just a person. Like there's a limit between like making fun of that guy and him taking it lightly, and body shaming that guy and him feeling depressed on that fact. There's a fine line between that, and a huge difference too. So the thing what I'm trying to say is, yes, the boys locker room incident and the girls locker room incident both are bad. I will not deny that fact at all, but they are not. This is better than this. This is worse than God. No, there is good and there is bad. There is no middle. Okay, there is no bad or there is no bad less. I don't know. There's nothing like that. Both are bad in an equal manner. You can't counter argue like boys. If boys are like this, then girls are like that. If girls are like that, boys are like this. That's just sexist. Simple as that. Because let me tell you let me tell you an absolute truth, and which might be hard for some of you to accept it, but it is the truth. A girl can never understand how a boy feels, and a boy will never understand how a girl feels. So you have no idea how the opposite gender feels. So you can judge those guys. You can judge them. Simple as that. Because every boy who's saying like girls are just doing it for attention, okay, now they're raising their voice up, as soon as something else happens, they're gonna shut their own mouths down. Well, that something didn't happen and they are raising their mouth, so shut up. The same goes for girls too, saying like boys will be boys. I hate that phrase. Boys will be being a boy, I hate that phrase. Boys will be boys. What is that supposed to mean? Yes, obviously boys will be boys, girls will be girls. They can't change the gender unless they want to. The thing is, the phrase boys will be boys is used by a guy to justify himself against something he did against a girl. And that ticks me off. Seriously, see, if you have a conscience, that's going to tick you off. So what do you define by bad and good? And this part should be taught at a young age. You get what I mean? Okay, now we are going way off the point because I've been trying to talk about another issue going on, and that is defamation, which obviously is going to happen in these kinds of cases, because as soon as boys locker room, as soon as the girls locker room controversy started, many people have like stood up, and they came out of their fear and everything and started talking about other people on social media, which is fine in my opinion. But so many people talking about it, you can't decide what is right and what is not, which is true and which is not. And that has led to many people getting falsely judged, falsely getting accused. There was this one story which I read about a guy regarding his brother, in which it was like 5 or 4 years ago, I think, remember, a girl recently has posted a story of accusing that guy, saying that he raped her. It's not proven at all. There is no proof of that fact. It was never proven, yes, but her story went viral. And soon that boy started receiving death threats, started receiving hate mail, started receiving all sorts of hate from his own friends and his own people he knew. And he tried to defend himself, but it was no use. And in the end, unfortunately, that boy committed suicide. And what hurt it the most after that was the fact that the girl, as soon as she received news that the boy committed suicide, she posted on her story that it's not her fault if it happened. And later on, it was proven that the boy was actually innocent, that she had actually defamed the guy. So you get what I'm coming from, right? It's good to speak about. Even there are many confessions. I've seen many confessions saying that these guys have like looked at me in a sexual way. These guys have stalked me. These guys have, and even guys, they're like, she's wrongly accusing me. Like, the social media is bursting so much that we have forgotten. They are like reality and everything else have been like dissolved, and we don't know what to do. And that, from my point of view, which who has nothing to do with any of these situations, is like terrifying. Seriously, because if you after these incidents, everybody's going to be scared of speaking to the opposite gender, to somebody new. A guy is going to get scared of a girl if he's trying to make a joke and she takes it wrong. She can defame him, and she might actually win against that. The same thing with a girl. She might actually just trying to just make fun, and the guy thinks she's asking for it. And you see what I'm meaning? As soon as this social media impact is starting growing way out of proportion, I think many people are getting more scared of interacting. So what action could we actually take about this regarding these matters? In my opinion, if you have anything against a girl, if you have anything against regarding defamation, if you have anything against somebody, take it up to the authorities, man. There's no need to post it on social media saying I want to do something against them because they are doing injustice to me. Then you need to take it to somebody who can bring justice, and that is not social media. That is the judicial authorities, the main authorities in which you are in, which country you are in. Like it or not, because you are not a hero, don't act like one. If you are on social media, you are not a hero or a heroine. You are not living in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or a DC Universe or any other superhero comic or some sort. You are living on planet Earth, which is a reality. And if you want to face reality, you need to go to an authority and make a complaint, which is what happened in the Bois locker room case. See the news more clearly. A cyber investigator actually took up the case, watching that scene, and he actually found the proof. After he found the proof, obviously he took action against it, and that's how it came into light. But there are so many other cases which are not being taken into light, and even though you post it on social media, there's going to be a fat chance it's going to get viral. And if it does get viral, it's going to get viral, that's it. But because once you start telling on somebody on social media, if it gets viral, that's going to cause cancel culture. And cancel culture, as you know, it's a very toxic phase. It's a very toxic phase in which even if that guy is guilty or not, even if that person is guilty or not, they are gonna get hate from all corners of the world. And if that hate is wrongfully pointed at that guy, he's gonna take drastic measures against it. In the end, what I'm trying to say is, if you really have something against him, you can tell it to the authorities, and you shouldn't take it on your own hand. You shouldn't like, this is what I have to do now, and take it on your own hands and post it on social media and post it somewhere, like take support from your friends and then posting it, because that's just wrong. That's wrong. That's completely and entirely wrong. And also another point which I want to end by saying is, this is not a joke. I'm not joking about this matter, because this, in my opinion and in my perspective, this is a very serious topic. I don't want to joke about this matter at all, because it's not a joke. It's not something. Rape is not something to joke about. Sexual acts are not something to joke about. And that's what these guys are doing. If you have any friend, if any families are watching this, if anybody is watching this, if your sibling, if your friends, if you know somebody who is making jokes about these kinds of topics, tell them. You have a right to confront those who you care about. You have a right to confront that. You can tell it to them. If you want, you can slap them in the face and just tell it to them, because it's wrong. That is not right at all. If you're trying to ask me what is right and what is wrong, you will know. No, it's not something which I know, something which I don't. It's something which is in the law. What is in the law is right. Okay? And I want to end this by actually seeing the legal aspects of defamation and, cyberbullying or something like that. I just want to see that topic. So yeah, according to section 345A, it is 354A actually, YPC. Any person can be held accountable for 1 year imprisonment for posting lewd comments on social media. And section 507 of IPC holds them accountable for 2 years by threatening anybody of any kind. Here it's written women, but I'm telling about girls in general too. Threatening a woman of any kind by anonymous communication, which is also intimidating. And section 509 of IPC, 3 years of imprisonment with fine for posting sexual pictures or remarks or videos including sexual insinuations. And section 503 of IPC is 2 years of imprisonment for threatening anybody by alarming or defamation, simply. 503 and 499 are defamation. 2 years of imprisonment for defamation, defaming somebody. Okay, and morphing photos and sharing images are also come under the section 354C as well as voyeurism. I'm going to end this video by saying this, guys, that yes, there are legal aspects regarding this, and if you think you are being accused unjustly, you can take action to the authorities. And if you think something did happen to you, I'm not defending those guys who are accused. I'm not defending them in any way possible. I'm just saying, when you are innocent, then you have a chance to defend yourself and there is no need to take drastic measures. And for everybody else who's posting about these incidents on social media, on their stories, on Instagram stories, everybody, I want you to think about what you're saying. For a second, think about what you're saying, because you have no idea what impact it's going to have on somebody else. So just think about what you are saying before you're typing or before you're posting a video which is incriminating somebody. That's all I'm asking, okay? Because you are in no position to judge that guy, because you are not in a judicial court of law. The only people who are going to judge you is your family and a judicial court. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not going to ask you to like or subscribe to the video, because I just want to put out my opinion regarding this. And if you want to learn more, you can actually go to the official Indian law website regarding these matters. And if you want to learn more about that, you can actually Google it and find out. But yeah, this is my opinion, and for you all who are all in quarantine, I hope you guys stay safe and stay healthy. And that's it for me, guys. Until then, goodbye. Love God, love yourself. God bless.